thank you for coming back. I'm still trying to figure this out. Dirk, you said you wanted to take this.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
So a Victorian cough is going around. So be on the lookout for Victorian cough. It's sort of a dry, shallow, very light, high-pitched cough. Sort of like I'll do an example. It's like, and so something like that. Scientists don't know the virus that causes it or what's actually happening in a medical sense. But whenever someone exhibits symptoms of Victorian cough, it is a certainty that they will die. Because apparently in olden times, if you get a vague, shallow cough, you're just for sure going to die. And people are terrified all over the Isles. And nobody has died yet, but New Derrick resident and owner of a few meatpacking facilities, Billy Machismo, is really riling people up about it. It's really fear-mongering. And I wanted to take this because I know Billy personally, so that's why I just want to say directly to Billy, you're not helping anything. You're just making people scared. I know you've had a hard time since those cows who you decided were your family died, but when you decided to take a few cows from one of your supply ranches and make them your wife and children, you brought that on yourself. All right? Cows don't live as long as people, Billy Machismo. Stop making people scared about Victorian flu.
So, Dirk, I'm so sorry. So this isn't from any of the scientists or medical facilities on the island. This is from Billy.
There is a little bit of this light coughing going around, but no one's dying yet. But Billy Machismo is just getting people real scared.
Yeah.
He's saying, you've got the Victorian cough. We need to do something.
I once cleared my throat around him and he tried to send me to the seaside for air.
That's what all of his remedies are real old timey like that too. When they're like, oh, you have this illness, go to the desert. Yeah. That'll help.
A lot of it is based on like going on vacation when you're ill, which is not the worst idea. But that
was like medicine back in the day. They're like, vacation. Oh, you have this illness. Go to this climate. Yeah. And yes, it worked because they didn't have actual medicine.
2 medicines for women. One was to go to the seaside for some air, and the other one was vibrators or dildos. Like those were the only 2 things. They were like
put those together. That is a nice vacation.
Arguably, more modern medicine needs more of all of those things.
Yeah. There's
add
not
those
enough
2
of that
together,
in
and
modern
that's a
medicine.
great weekend.
Hey, we all can't complain, but really,
But then you got Billy Machismo in your ear.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want a weekend at the seaside.
Go to the
You've got
sea.
stuff, you've got stuff on.
Yeah,
you can't just send me away to think about things.
Yeah, how does that help? Then you're just dwelling on the illness that you may or may not have, and that may or may not kill you.
And sometimes you're like, oh, now I'm in a stately manor run by a mysterious woman who never leaves the attic, and now I've got to deal with that for the weekend.
Who wants that noise?
No one wants that.
And she's got a lot of rules about the house and how to handle her linens and when you can and can't have meal times.
So weird. Like, it sounds like it's going to be a really nice weekend away, and then you're just there, just like dealing with someone's very particular set of rules. What is this, Airbnb?
Yeah. And then you leave and you're like, oh, I forgot my phone charger. So you go back, but then she's gone.
Yeah.
And where did she go?
Happens.
There's no car there, so she couldn't have left in the short period of time that you were gone.
Your phone charger is also gone. So you're like, did she take it with her?
Everything's exactly the same as when you arrived 3 days before.
But then you do always notice if you, when you try to find where the charger was, there's like a picture on the wall you didn't quite notice before that has this like yearbook spread from like 1837, and she's there, and you didn't notice her before, but she's always there at the end.
Every time.
It's like she's always been there. Every time. Sometimes I just want to
And then you always forget, though. Every time you're like, oh, great, I'm going to go on vacation. And I'm like, oh, this is a nice lady, the nice old woman who's the caretaker for this house. And then by the end, boom, yearbook photograph. There's the lady.
I think it's a pyramid scheme. I think it's like a Ponzi organization. There's something systemic going on here. It can't all just be more different old ladies.
Billy,
constant hauntings of the seaside mansions.
Billy is behind this.
You think Billy's behind this?
Billy's so behind this.
You think he's trying to get people riled up to be like, oh, everyone's sick. You got to go to all my seaside mansions run by ghosts.
I bet it's all his aunts and grands.
He has so many, and only some of them are cows.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he doesn't, maybe, do you think it's like a tunnel system then between them? How he's getting these aunts and cows and grannies away from from one house to the next.
How he gets the ants and cows and
Well, because we
grannies?
don't see them leave. We never see them leave.
No.
Well, but
we
somehow they're
leave.
maintaining all of these.
Well, but we leave first.
Yeah, but then we come back and they're not there. So where did they
Yeah.
go? So
think
if they're
They
not
could have
paranormal
literally
or
gone
supernatural,
anywhere.
Do you think it's like a Darren Brown thing where it turns out they've actually distracted
Who's
you
that?
over here? Like the magician, the illusionist. Like
Don't know
they're
him.
distracting you over here with something and then really like
What are you doing
meanwhile
with your hand? That's really interesting.
you're looking at something over there and meanwhile they are putting the actual information past you.
What happened
like
to my
what's
watch?
the actual
How
information?
did you get my watch?
Magic and illusion.
How is
My
that? I was
God,
just looking
Penny.
at your hand over here, and you just got. Can I have it back, please?
Absolutely. There you go.
Thank you. How did she do that?
I think she just kind of proved her point on what's going on here.
I got so distracted. I don't get. What was the point you were trying to make?
That is why we have to seriously control magic and illusion in this country. And that is why Darren Brown is banned.
I don't
Okay.
know who he is as a person, but I'm not.
Because
a
you weren't paying
proponent.
attention
Yeah.
because the Darren Brown techniques that Penny just employed
What she was doing with her hand was so.
It was very exciting, and I was also riveted by it. But she was also elucidating a lot of information that apparently explains what's going on with these old ladies in these houses.
Well. In any case, I
So
don't.
your theory
Yeah.
is Billy Machismo is a magician?
I think Billy Machismo is behind all of this. I
My
think
God.
if you were to
What a
get
web.
the cork board out and you were to get all the little bits
Let's
of
get
red
it out.
string.
Let's get it out.
Yeah, why not?
Hmm.
Matthias, stop complaining that we're getting the cork board out.
Okay.
We're
Matthias,
doing
you
it.
really have a bee in your bonnet today, Matthias.
Just calm down, man.
calm down.
Maybe if you didn't drink that much coffee, you wouldn't be like fidgeting around that much.
Oh,
Anyway.
he's just shaking his head again. He can't hear us.
Yeah, so
Please,
So here's a cork board.
Continue
Yeah.
with the cork board.
we put Billy in the middle. We
Yeah.
put the string to all of the seaside properties. We obviously add in the cows, add in
Okay.
the ants.
All right.
I think it all just comes back to him again.
It does literally point to him.
Is that because that's actually what's going on, or is it just because when you make a cork board and put a bunch
You decide where it
of
goes.
stuff on it and connect them with red string, they're naturally gonna connect to the
Point
same
back
stuff.
to, yeah, especially if you, by your own hand, decide where they point to.
Yeah.
But then again, innocent people don't often get cork boards made out of not out of them, made of them.
People are making cork boards out of themselves, out of other humans?
Not often.
That's strange.
Not often.
That would
But
be,
sometimes.
I mean, people are fucked up out there.
hey, maybe that's
Hey,
a
we're on the radio bench.
I know.
It's the severity of the situation.
This
I
is
understand.
why we have a delay.
We don't have it
anymore.
have the delay
We
anymore.
do. Yeah,
God,
we
we lost
finally
that
earned
delay.
back at the trust, and Matthias is like, "You guys got it," and here we go.
How
But
did
I
he
understand.
know?
I understand.
He doesn't listen to the program.
It's,
How would he know?
I think he was just going like gut. I think he just didn't understand the delay, and so he's just like, "Oh no, we're fine." And so he just sent us right through. But I understand. You are infuriated about this. You're passionate. I get the
yeah.
rage. We got to do something about this.
Well-
and Billy Machismo is clearly at the center of this conspiracy. I think he may have unraveled this.
Dirk, I don't want to put you on blast, but you said you're friends with him.
I do know him personally. We go way back. We're school chums.
School chums.
Yeah.
How do you feel about these accusations against your friend?
Well, look, you all have that friend who kind of went a different direction, and there's a reason he owns a series of meatpacking plants. He didn't come for money. He earned those with an iron fist and through manipulating people. And I don't want to get myself into any trouble here, but I think he might have sort of a crime family underneath him as well. He might be sort of the tip of an iceberg here, because meatpacking, you can do a lot of things at a meatpacking plant, if you know what I mean.
Packing meat.
Hanging meat. That's what I thought.
That's what it appears that you are doing,
But
but
actually
you
you're
also
packing
could be
chicken?
potentially bringing in things that aren't necessarily
Fish?
animal bodies.
Oh, like you're
veggies?
you're
And
going into sort of
discarding them.
vegan, like you're going into like the
Yeah.
vegan
No,
realm.
I'm not
to,
talking about
faux meat.
You're out,
Not vegetarian options, not
you're
not
approaching
fake meat.
other verticals to
beans?
try
No,
and
beans?
I'm saying there could be something illegal that you're doing. in
Illegal
your-
beans?
Not beans, not beans. You could be making people disappear in there.
No, magic is not allowed.
Magic
No,
is not
I'm not
allowed.
talking about magic. I mean, now I think there might be magic, but I'm talking about there's people and then there's not people, and where do their bodies go? Maybe their bodies went to the meat.
That sounds like magic.
Plant. It's not. It's not magic. It's they kill a guy and they take their body at the meatpacking plant and chop him up and they get rid of him.
Oh, that is an
That's what I'm saying.
accusation.
I didn't
That
want
is
to
an
say. I was trying
accusation.
to be vague for my own self-preservation here, but you guys just wouldn't get it. You're talking about vegan options and fake meat, and you got me in trouble with Billy Machismo, guys. You don't know this guy. He doesn't mess around, Billy.
This is
we were
why
on
we
good
have-
terms.
This is why we have
I
those
was
notepads.
trying to keep this above board here.
Yeah, you could just have written it on the notepad and held out. This is why we have those
Yeah.
notepads.
We passed so many notes during
All
every
the
episode.
time.
You weren't getting it, and I got riled up. This is on me. This is on me. I'll take this one. But I just
Well, if you're feeling in danger, we'll help you. Again, I have a lot of tactics how to sort of navigate through a lot of crime
I don't
underworld
trust
situations.
your tactics at this point.
I am
Bench.
alive. I am alive.
I guess.
Not everyone can say that.
But in what cost? You know what I mean?
Minimal.
What have you given up of yourself
Sort of
to survive here?
in kind of like a spiritual way, or literally like physically.
In any sense that you'd care to interpret that?
Just a
Let's
lot
see
of
where you take that.
a lot of just a lot of compartmentalizing.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what you've given up?
Yeah.
Compartmentalizing.
He's
compartmentalize anymore.
You can't
He's
do it
given up his
anymore.
ability to compartmentalize.
Weird.
Oh,
I am feeling everything at the same time. It's so overwhelming.
That's got to be hell. I
That's
don't want that
exhausting.
life. That life's not for me.
I made a
Bench.
deal with Davy Jones.
That life's not for me.
Well,
I want to maintain my good relationships. Me and Billy Machismo, we got on great.
tonight we know
I
we're all
kept him
gonna.
at a wary distance, because I respect him as an authority figure.
Yeah.
And also I like getting free meat. Who doesn't like having a
Vegans.
a supplier to the meat shop?
Vegans.
That's fair.
Vegans
a
don't
good
don't
point.
like that.
Yeah.
He has a point.
Well, but in any case, I was going to say you are going to be safe tonight. We all are, because we are stuck in the studio.
Stuck in the studio.
I guess we might as well keep the mics on. It's going to be another
We'll do
all-nighter.
an all-night
We might
broadcast.
We could.
We'll see
Let's
who's
think about it.
coming in. Who's got the midnight shift these days?
Is it Barry?
Oh, yeah.
They gave
yeah.
Barry the
Yeah.
midnight
I
hour.
think it's Barry.
Midnight hour should be like fun, sexy time.
Barry is
Barry
just,
has no sex appeal whatsoever.
Yeah, no, Barry's just sitting in because Sugar Susie is on vacation.
Okay. That's who should be at the
Yeah,
midnight hour.
but
Sugar
Barry
Susie.
She went to
has-
the seaside, right?
Yeah, she's away at the seaside.
Oh, God.
So Barry is just in for, I don't know, the weekend.
Very different
Maybe
vibe of
long
that
weekend,
show. His
yeah.
voice is very nasal. I doubt he could do the advice column that
Yeah.
Sugar Susie
A
does.
lot less like sultry R&B and a lot more just factual readings from scientific journals.
Yeah. He thinks that's what people care about. He thinks that's what people want to get him going in the evening time.
Well, he got out of the labyrinth. So what are you going to do?
Yeah, the labyrinth, you get your own.
I heard that year everyone just killed each other and he kind of wandered through.
That's
It
a
was
tactic.
sort of a sort of situation where everyone else just like, sometimes people just get lucky and maybe they killed each other where, you swipe an axe down at the same time. Boom. And then
Someone's-
Barry's just
yeah.
stepping over your body like, oh, excuse me, sir.
Someone's running
That's
to
what he
get
talks.
you.
That's what he sounds like.
That's such a good Barry impression.
Right?
Someone's
sorry, with the
running
axe in
to
your face,
get
buddy.
you and they're just carrying an axe and they trip on something and they fall. It doesn't mean that you killed them. It just means that you
true.
now are victorious and you get a radio show.
Yeah,
Follow
that's
the
true.
axe.
Hey, they all go to Davy Jones at the end. Am I right?
You
You
are right
saying it?
about that. And
Well-
I'm definitely going to talk to Terry Wu about starting up a club called Davy Jones Locker. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
that needs to happen now.
I think
I think I can win over Billy Machismo by getting him on board as an investor in
I have an
that.
idea. Oh my God, I have an idea. Can that club be on the boat? On the new boat?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Perfect.
my God. I'm going to clear
The
the
stars are
court.
aligning.
We need to plan this out. We
Business
we
plan.
got the whole night. We got the whole
Got
night.
the whole night. Here we go.
All right,
I'm excited about this sleepover, folks.
This is going to be a fun one. Whether it's on mic or not, we'll find out. We'll see if Barry shows up, but we'll be right back after a message from our sponsor, Salt. Salt, it's a thing that makes the sea taste so good. If people tell you salt isn't good for you, just remember, they used to say that about mold too, but that's how we got antibiotics. So remember, you can't spell saltines without salt.